We got a weird one this time. It doesn't sit very flat on my desk. The AV cable cannot be removed. Connectors cost money, you know. The controller ports use the same connector as an old PC mouse. They've tried to stop you plugging other stuff in by having a flat edge on the connector, but this mouse has got a slim plug on it, so it's just not going to work though. So what is this strange piece of, which way up does it even go? This is a Mattel Hyper Scan. And even open, it still doesn't sit on the desk very nicely. It's hard to keep your balance on a flat surface, alright? The Hyper Scan was Mattel's second attempt at a video game console. They previously released the Intellivision in 1979. That thing actually saw some success, unlike the Hyper Scan. Mattel did also distribute the Nintendo Entertainment System in some regions, including here in Australia, but I don't think they actually had anything to do with that other than putting their name on it and selling it. This thing's such a strange design. It's like they wanted it portable and then this is hanging off it. On this side, we've got our big clear circly red thing, which was the selling point gimmick for this console, and I'm not going to tell you about it just yet. On this side, we've got our disc flap, which doesn't spring up. I thought it did. It just sort of stays wherever it is. You got to lift it up yourself. The Hyper Scan came out in 2006, so optical media was the go, although this is a CD where everyone else was moving to DVD at the time. On the back, we've got a USB port, which as far as I know was never used for anything, and our power input, which is an unusually small connector, and 7.5 volts DC, which is also unusual. Now check out these controllers. Everything about this console feels cheap and nasty. It has 4 unlabeled shoulder buttons, which feel nasty, 4 front gameplay buttons, which, okay, they're not the worst. They're a bit mushy and underwhelming, but if they're responsive, they'll be fine. We've got select and start in the middle, and this stick. Firstly, 2006 is far too late to only have one stick. And second, this stick is, it's not good. They did put a rubber top on it, which is nice, but look at this. If I push this up, it clicks out of place and just stays there. And that's not just this controller. They all do it. And then after that, if I don't push it back in again, it just stays stuck wherever you put it. So that's fantastic. Let's get this thing set up so I can introduce the gimmick. Listen to this. Okay. Ooh. A little jumping spider just came down on a thread in front of me. Hello, little jumping spider. Oh, there it goes. Before I turn this on, let's put this in perspective. The Hyper Scan came out 1 month before the PS3 and the Wii, and it was made by $1 billion company. Let's have a look. Flashy lights. Hyper Scan, 2006 Mattel. Wow, that's a noise. Yeah, alright. Oh, we were loading the loading screen. I was about to say, that loading time wasn't too long. Never mind. Oh, I like that pop at the beginning of the sound. We've got a second Hyper Scan boot logo. Alright, can't complain about that. Alright, we're in. X-Men is one of only 5 games that were released for the Hyper Scan. 3 of those are Marvel games. The 4th is Ben 10, and the 5th is Interstellar Wrestling League, which I think was actually made up for the Hyper Scan. Let's go for a 1-player tournament, and if you only have the disc, this is as far as you can get. It's gimmick time. Cards. The reason why this is called Hyper Scan is because you have to scan cards to play the games. When you bought a game for this system, it came with a few game cards so that you could play the game just. But if you wanted more functionality out of the games, you had to buy booster packs of cards. Mattel knew that trading cards were popular, and they were hoping that if they added trading cards and video games together, they'd make all the billions of dollars. So when you buy a Hyper Scan, you get X-Men and you get 6 cards. 2 characters, 3 attack modifications, and whatever a strength room is. What a strange looking dude. So Mattel was trying to implement a pay-to-play model before keeping your console online all the time was a thing. So which character do we want? Do we want Wolverine or I've never heard of Lady Deathstrike? Let's go with I've never heard of Lady Deathstrike. Ah. It came up. Before I got one of these, I saw online that it was really impossible to actually scan your cards and it only worked 1 in every bajillion times. I figured that that person's Hyper Scan was just a bit junk, and if I got my own, it probably wasn't going to be like that. Turns out they're all like that. Player 1 Scanner Mod. Well, these two cards seem to be exactly the same, except one has Wolverine and one has I've never heard of Lady Deathstrike. I wonder if I use the Wolverine one on I've never heard of Lady Deathstrike. Oh, they're exactly the same card. You can scan more than one mod card. Oh, they weren't the same. One of them was better. What's the point in having the other one? Okay, now we got these loading times I heard about. This console stinks of using the cheapest of everything that they could manage to get the product onto the market.
Are you ready to die, mutants?
Ooh, what are the buttons? Oh, I got a block. Oh, that's not where I wanted to block. Oh, I'm not very good at fighters, but even with that, I'm feeling this is not very good. Come on, just hurry up and die. Yay, I won. Down is block. R2 is block. I'm gonna call it R2. Whoa, what happened? I just sort of... R button does the same thing as the B button. What if I mash everything? Do I win? That usually wins me something in a fighting game. No, it's not working very well. I am dead. You might notice that there's no actual real 3D going on here, and that's because this console is incapable of doing 3D. It's purely 2D only in 2006. So we got green is jump, blue is slow stabbing, Y is fast stabbing. Oh, we've got fatalities as well. Oh, am I scanning a fatality card that I don't have?
There is no escape.
Okay, good. Rescan your character card. What if I scan a different character card? What if you can't tell me what to do? This isn't even a character card. Let's scan that. Okay, fair. What about if I scan Wolverine? Fine, I've never heard of Lady Deathstrike. No, that is my character card. Yeah, I told you it was. Oh, by the way, the controllers have a thingamajig so you can stick your card here because you're gonna need it a lot. The reason why this thing has no 3D capabilities at all is because it uses a SunPlus SPG 290, which is part of the same family of system on chips used in a bunch of bootleg consoles and also some of those Jack-specific plug-and-plays that belong in the e-waste. Even my ClearTunes Prison handheld has one of these SunPlus SPG chips in it, although the one in the Hyper Scan does seem to be exclusive to the Hyper Scan. It seems you can't block low kicks, so I should just be able to do this and win. Oh, he's not learning. Finally got through it. So I haven't really been able to explain what the controls do properly, but I've given up on doing that. The controls are not good, and the shoulder buttons don't do anything that the face buttons don't do. I'm getting quite sick of this tournament mode, so I'm gonna see what the strength room thing does. I saw it on the title screen before. Player must pick up and throw sentinel body parts across a chasm without any falling into the void. The chasms change as difficulty increases. I'm just waiting for it to load, so I'll show you the back of the card, which says Hyperscan and X-Men, and copyright 2006 Marvel. This Hyperscan game is used under Marvel license. What's card evaluation? Oh, okay. It just scans the card and tells you the stats of the card. You can hear how reliable they are. Oh, it is the right card. I feel like this information really could have just been written on the card. Nothing writes to these cards, so you can't change the information. Otherwise, how do you know if you've got a good character in a booster pack? You have to scan every individual card, and it's pretty rough. Especially since they hardly ever scan. Actually, you know what? Missions 5 of 19, 12 of 60, I have no idea whether that's stored on the card or on the console. Maybe it does write to the card and that's why it asks for the player card after each battle. If anyone out there owns 2 Hyperscans, because I sure don't, they never even came out in my country, can you please scan a character card in one of the Hyperscans and then move it to the other one and see if the experience and level goes with it? Leave me a comment with your results. Danger Room. Let's be Wolverine this time. I've never heard of Lady Deathstrike. Oh wow, this one, there are some that you can choose without cards. Mattel, you've given us so much. Let's see what our strength room card does. Yeah, the loading times aren't great. Use punch. It was too quick, I didn't read it. Is this it? Is that the chasm down there? This is the chasm that I'm throwing parts over. I can't turn around. I'm always just facing the right direction and all I have to do is push Y to throw them over. It did say the chasms get harder and that was the first one, so here we go, let's try. This is good. I like this. This is really good. Oh, it's because it's not my character card. So we have to go through the process of choosing the strength room over and over again to do each consecutive level. This looks like the exact same level. Is that it? The chasms change as difficulty increases. It says level 2. It wasn't different. This is miserable. If this level is not something interesting, I'm just going to turn it all off and take the thing apart. It's exactly the freaking same. Can I go in the chasm? I can walk across the chasm. What a terrible game. It's time to look at your guts. Do you like having your guts on the outside? Because it's where they're gonna be. To be somewhat fair, this thing was about a third of the price of the Wii on launch. But to me, that's not an excuse for being terrible. The Game Boy was the cheap option compared to the Game Gear and the Lynx, and that floored the market. You don't have to have amazing technical specifications to be able to have a good game. Cheaping out on the hardware is one thing, but cheaping out, oh no. If you cheap out on your game development, you're gonna have nothing. And I used to be heavily into trading cards. I've got 4 complete Wizards of the Coast Pokemon card sets, and I just don't find these cards appealing at all. So the Hyper Scan was really talented. It failed in the video game market and the trading card market. And it did both at the same time. And now it's failing at coming apart. I don't want to... Oh no, there's a sticker. I don't want to cut the sticker. I'm a collector as well as whatever this is. It seems like it's moving. It might peel off. Yes! Excellent. Wow, that's disgustingly manufactured. Hey look, it does have an AV connector. It's just inside the console. What on earth is going on here? After production of the console, they've decided that whatever component is underneath this masking tape needed to be there and just bodged it on there. What is it? It's a pair of jumpers? It's not what I expected at all. This is basically a manual switch where you unplug the contact and then plug it onto the other pair. The heck is that for? A little jumper setting like that is normally to clear some settings or to put something into write mode so that you can program it. There's another pin header here, so maybe it's for programming. Although this is the flash ROM over here, so I don't know. And looking up the number, it's 2 megabytes of storage, which could easily hold save files, so perhaps they're not written to the cards. Okay, why? This top motherboard screw here had a countersunk screw in it, which means it's got a screw head designed to sink into the surface of something. It's not what you put in a PCB. I'm wondering if that's just a quality control issue and it just got put in the wrong hole. Oh goodness me, this is not fun to disassemble. The ribbon for the optical pickup is attached to the other side of the motherboard, and there's not a lot of room to get in there. Ah, there we go. So we've got glue and sticky tape holding a lot of stuff together. Up here it says K4386 Gamester for PS. That's weird. Gamester was a brand of aftermarket controllers for PlayStation, but this is probably unrelated. This chip here is the motor driver for the CD-ROM drive. Under this heatsink, look at that marvelous spread of thermal paste on there. This is our Sun Plus system on a chip, which does all the processing, audio, video, you name it. And over here, we've got 2 RAM chips totaling 16 megabytes. I really want to see what's under this shield because that jumper, it's going to something in here. Man, it's rough desoldering heatsink. Ow, I keep touching the soldering iron. Don't touch soldering irons. Ah. I thought there would be a chip under there or something. This is just a voltage regulator, I think. It's definitely not what I was expecting. Well, I still don't know what that jumper does. Let's have a look at this RFID unit, shall we? I actually think this was the first ever game console to use RFID, and Mattel are really claiming responsibility for it. Innovation, Research and Technology, who were actually responsible for the RFID in this thing, only got half as much logo space as Mattel got on the board. If you're not familiar with what RFID actually is, it's the same technology that your tap and pay credit card uses. Inside the card, there's a coil of wire and a chip, but no power supply. There's no battery or anything in there. In the reader, there's another coil. You can see these red lines here. That's actually the coil on this. That coil is used to create a magnetic field, which induces voltage in the coil in the card, just enough to power that chip so that it can communicate wirelessly with the reader. It feels like I'm just scanning a piece of cardboard, but there's actually electronics in here. That's why the cards are so thick. Man, this thing was assembled poorly. All the red LEDs that light this thing up are just held in with glue and melted plastic. I wonder if I'll get a boot screen just powering up the motherboard. It should be on now, but there are no lights connected, so we'll only find out, hey, it's coming up. I don't actually know if this thing has a boot menu. Nope, just tells you to insert the disc, which I can't do because I don't have a disk drive. What if I press the disk closed button? That's this guy. It stops flashing, and then it starts flashing again. What do you reckon? Is this thing worth your 2006 US dollars? Keeping in mind the PlayStation 1 was a decade old and you could have picked one of those up for less than this, and you wouldn't have had to buy cards just to play the games? Yeah, that's what the general public thought too. These things did not sell well. Hey look, it's got a screensaver. Oh, is it gonna do the corner bounce thing? It's still alright, it's going away. And that's it, the Mattel Hyper Scan. It might actually be the worst attempt at a game console I've ever seen. This is Mattel. They had the money to do something good. They've done video games before, and this is what they came up with. Thanks for watching. If you'd like early ad-free access to all my videos, plus at least one exclusive video, and a photo of everything I get from my game console collection, because I've been collecting for freaking ages, I'm always getting new stuff, then you can follow me on Floatplane for $2.50 a month. Or if you just want to enjoy the photos and be part of my community, you can join for $1 a month. The link's in the description. I'll see you there.